although the last two games of Hull and Burnley have got me really worried, mate. I tell you what, both those games, I don't know how we got away with it. And Hull is just unbelievable.
Hello and welcome to Talk a Good Game. And it's the preview of Swansea City against West Ham United. Move outside Christmas. It's all about the Boxing Day here. We've got a little Christmas treat for you with our guest. We've got him back. He's the most popular guest we've had on. He's been on twice before. It's third time lucky, hopefully. Kriss Akabusi. Kriss, how are you doing?
All right. Come on, you Irons.
Kriss is ready for the game. I'm ready for the game. Gonzo's ready for the game. And we're here to talk about it. But Gonzo, what's your thoughts on our opponent, Swansea City?
They looked like they were having a mini renaissance because they obviously had to get a new manager, Bradley, the soccer coach from the US of A. And they seem to be looking to, as I say, have a little renaissance. But I think they've dipped a little bit and they find themselves, back near the bottom of the table. So, yeah, maybe a false dawn for them, really, to be honest.
What's your opinion, Kriss? Do you think Swansea are in relegation trouble? There's no doubt about it. I think all of us are in relegation trouble. When I say all of us, really from Stoke down. Now I do think we're going to get out of it. I don't really think we've got that much to worry about, although the last two games of Hull and Burnley have got me really worried. But we're all in relegation battle, and we will be until February. Swansea, I think, will be there right at the death.
Do you fear Swansea, Kriss, going into this one, given their poor form of late? But you also have to consider ours as well. But are you afraid of going to Liberty Stadium?
So, great. I mean, you've just... I don't fear Swansea. I fear us. I know that in the last couple of years, anytime someone's been on a real bad run, come and play West Ham, and they sort that one out straight away. So, I'm not on a down on West Ham. I do think in the end, we'll finish 8th to 12th. But I do, we are the sort of team that could go to Liberty Stadium and give them a great big fillip and a bunk up, and they feel good about themselves, because that's the way we roll. Really, we should be able to beat them. But did you go to the Burnley or the Hull game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mate, I tell you what, both those games, I don't know how we got away with it. And Hull is just unbelievable. And you look at Hull and they're going down. Sorry, I know we want to talk about Swansea.
Yeah.
But you look at Hull and they're going down. Because in 2003, when we went down, we had that sort of luck. When we had Di Canio and Sinclair and all that lot, that was our luck. Hit the post, hit the goalkeeper. My dog's trying to get in the way. She's trying to join in. We would not do what we should. Roxy, stop it. I'm talking on TV. And so they had that sort of luck. But hopefully we get to the Liberty Stadium and Andy Carroll turns up. We get a goal early doors. They've got to come out. Their crowd get on their back and we win 2 or 3-1.
What about yourself, Gonzo? Do you think they're going to go down? Do you think they're really, really struggling?
Well, they're going to be there or thereabouts. I don't mean that to sit on a fence, because people that you thought might have gone down, like Middlesbrough and Burnley, possibly won't now. Hull, as Kriss said, look like they're going to go down. Sometimes you get a wild card to play and for a season. Sometimes it works. I think their wild card was Bradley. And I just don't think it's worked. And somebody said to me, because I thought they had a really good chairman, Hugh Jenkins, I think his name was, but somebody said to me, no, he's not there anymore. Apparently he's sold up. Yeah. Well, that's the mainstay. That's the bedrock. The reason Southampton sort of continually seem to do well is because the structure behind them is very, very consistent, very solid. So they can swap a manager out of there. Actually, the ownership is the same. The director of football stays the same. The structure's the same. I think Swansea have lost some good players. Gomez was there. Obviously, Ayew we've pinched as well. They've gradually lost players, brought in a new manager, new owners. And yeah, I think they could get relegated, very much so.
Yeah, I think they made a mistake getting rid of Monk. I know that was a while ago, but I think it was almost been a delayed effect, if you like. The old manager, I can't pronounce his name for love nor money. I think he kind of tidied the ship a little bit, but I think Bob Bradley's struggling. They now have American owners, hence getting Bob Bradley in. But this season, believe it or not, this time last season, Swansea City only had 3 points less than do now, and they managed to finish 12th. So all is not lost for Swansea. Yeah, all they have to do is look at their record last season. They've won their last 2 games at home as well against.
But they had Gomez and Ayew, didn't they?
And Ashley Williams. They had Ashley Williams, their captain. But West Ham have a good record against Swansea City. We've only lost 1 in our last 7 against them. But that was the last time we faced them, which was at Upton Park in May when we got smashed 4-1 and we kissed goodbye to European football. The man in the middle taking on this game is Andre Minor. West Ham have had him twice this season already. So West Ham fans, you'll know all about him. We lost 3-1 against Manchester City up at the Etihad. And then we drew 1-1 at home to Stoke. Also, Swansea, you've had him as well. You drew 2-2 at home to Chelsea. So Audrey Minor usually brings goals. Now let's talk about West Ham. This is the team we want to talk about. Kriss, you've touched upon it. We're struggling a little bit, but why do you think we're struggling?
Oh, fantastic question. I mean, I'm clear, and there's a public health warning. What I'm going to say probably ain't going to win me any sort of fans. What couple of reasons why I think we're struggling. First thing is we had a phenomenal year last year, and I think there's a little touch of we believed our own publicity. When I say we, I think the playing staff believed their own publicity coming into this season. We had a phenomenal year last year. It all went well, and we found amongst other things a little jewel in Dimitri Payet. And it took half the season for the rest of the league to catch up that this guy can score anywhere from 25 yards outside of that box. And so I think that's the first thing. Dimitri Payet, no one knew him. And everyone said, where did he come from? Where did he come from? And now I know why no one knew him, because he blows hot and cold, and he's only dependable when everyone is playing well. In a tough team like ours, I've seen him. I mean, I don't want to get down on him because he's a beautiful player, a phenomenal player. The song that we sing is just brilliant, but he's a phenomenal player when things are going well. I now understand why he found it really tough to get into the French team, because the French team have been through a real tough time, and you can't afford a Dimitri Payet when you're going through a tough time. So that was one. No, well, that's 2 things. First of all, we believed our own publicity. 2, I think Dimitri Payet is not the player he was just last year. And there's a lot of reasons for that. With him, I just think that he's been expended. He's had a very tough year last year, played in the Premier League, and then he went on and played a phenomenal thing for France in the European Cup, or European, championships. And so he's on the downer this time around. It's going to take a while for him to get better. Next thing is our right back positions. So our right back position. We haven't got a right back, and so now we've taken out a phenomenal player in Czech Coyote to actually shore up that right. I know we're playing 3 centre backs, but really Coyote is there for when our right wing back messes up, he's there. And case in point, last weekend against Hull, he was phenomenal, clearing stuff up. But I think we miss his engine in the middle of the park. Now, this is the bit where I'm going to be unpopular. So I think we need a right back. We need Coyote in the middle of the park. Obiang is a phenomenal player as a defensive midfielder. Forget Nordby. If you had Obiang and Coyote in the middle of the park, then you know where I'm going next. I don't even want to say it.
Go on. You say it, Kriss.
You know it, do you? I want, and he's been a great servant to us. He's West Ham through and through. He's the only Yes Ham boy in the club. Sorry, mate.
You're talking about Maika, aren't you?
You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. And it's
bye Mark Noble from the starting 11.
Hey?
Bye Mark Noble from the starting 11.
That's it. If Mark Noble's going to play, he's going to come off the bench. And I'm sorry, Mark. I mean, what do I know? I'm an athlete. But Mark, your legs haven't gone, but they are going. And case in point, what you see, if you see Mark Noble, he wants to work hard. He's got the heart of a lion. Up, down, up again, and he can't get back. He does lunging tackles. He mistimes passes, and he can't do it anymore. Coyote can do it. He can't. So that's it, fellas. You asked me the question. I've told you my answer.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as unpopular as you think, actually. I think a lot of people are starting to say it's time to see a West Ham without Mark Noble, unfortunately. I mean, there's certainly a place for him in the squad. There's maybe certain games you would play him in where it is a bit nitty-gritty and you are playing, you may be defending a lead or something. You need Noble in there to toughen it up and organise things. But I think a lot of West Ham fans are now starting to say, we've got Obiang. Last season we didn't have Obiang. Well, we did, but he wasn't getting played. But now we do. We can see what Obiang can do. He's now taking Mark Noble's position, and it's time for Mark Noble to accept the squad rotation role and still play his part and still play a vital part, but just not as vital as it has been this last 18 months or so. And I don't think it's going to be as unpopular as you think, actually. But Gonzo, unfortunately, we can't do Kriss's team for Swansea because Obiang's suspended. So what would you do in the centre of the pitch, Gonzo? Would you take Kiai into midfield and play him alongside Obiang, or would you maybe pull Lanzini back?
Well, I do agree with what Kriss said, and you know I agree with what Kriss said, because I do think if we're playing Obiang, I said, Kriss talks about an athlete, he'd know better than anyone. I said we need someone box to box with a little bit more energy, and Noble is not box to box. Also, what he said about Kiate being there to shore up the mistakes which the right back will definitely make is very true. For that reason, he's not going to get moved, so it's pointless us saying that he will. I'd like to see Fernandez back in there if that's the case, because I do think his future is certainly as a central midfielder and not a right wing back. So I think you either play him in there or we go for the jugular. And if you're just going to play a two in a central midfield, you play Lanzini next to Obiang. Sorry, not Obiang. You play Lanzini next to Noble. But I think Noble for this one's got to play. But I think long term, we need a runner. We need a runner in next to him. Someone's going to work hard, get up and down, and be a little bit athletic while Obiang does the stopping. But yeah, I'd probably play Lanzini or Fernandez. Maybe the two of them, actually. Lanzini, Fernandez can play central midfield.
Yeah,
in that next game.
Gonzo, I don't think Lanzini. I don't think Lanzini's hard enough. I don't, again, I just don't think, he's lovely on the ball, beautiful on the eye. I think he's dangerous as a number 10. I just don't think he's strong enough in that. I mean, you do need someone who's going to get stuck in, who's going to take a knock. Again, against the whole game, he took one knock, he went missing for about 10, 15 minutes, and then Bilic took him off.
But I thought he was looking really sharp. I thought he was looking good. I thought he was looking good before I know you're right, and he did go off. And funny enough, we had someone saying he was lazy at one point. But I think before that, he was probably looking our most creative player. And certainly all those things you said about Payet are definitely true. I think he's the one that is going to create the spark. I just don't want to see Lanzini on the margins of the game. I want to see him involved. I don't want to see him play wide like Payet, if you know what I mean. That's my reasoning for it.
I'll just defend the Lanzini thing a little bit, because I've been banging the drum for him as centre midfielder all season. The reason I want him as centre midfielder, Kriss, is because I feel like we need to create behind the creative. I don't think Payet and Antonio are getting the ball in a good enough area. They're getting to their feet and they've got a turn and they've got two blocks of players to get past before they get to the goal. Whereas I think Lanzini can give us the ability to get Payet in between the midfield and defence and pick those passes, which Noble and Obiang can't do. They can't pick those passes. I get what you're saying, that he's not strong enough, but I think Lanzini's clever enough to avoid having to get stuck into a 50-50. I think he can see the challenges, he can see the space, and he can just... That's where you have Obiang next to him, and maybe even Kiai. Sometimes you have to go three in the middle. You put them in there and say, you guys protect him. You guys, if it is getting nitty-gritty, if someone like Tom Huddlestone is coming up against Lanzini, swap round. Obiang take responsibility, and you go up against Huddlestone. Let the players play. It's football. Let the players play, and Lanzini's a player. But Kriss, are you looking forward to Andy Carroll up front against Swansea? This is his favourite club. Swansea is Andy Carroll's favourite club to play. He's got 5 goals in 8 games against Swansea. He's only got 5 goals against Swansea, Arsenal, Man City and West Brom. However, he's played double-figure appearances against all those sides except the Swans. So are you expecting an Andy Carroll goal on Boxing Day, Kriss?
Yeah, I do, and I hope he stays healthy. I think he owes the club and the fans something. I don't think he would deny that. I would just say to Andy, I do love him, but he's too enthusiastic for his own good. And I see him trying to be clever with the football. I see him running back and playing in our half of the pitch. No, Andy, you know what? I want you up that end. I want you ready to receive balls, hold up balls, play in Antonio, Payet. You create a little bit of nonsense, get some havoc going, get on the end of the crosses. I want you up there. I know you think you've got a lovely touch, and you've got a lovely touch for a big man. You haven't got a lovely touch for a Premier League player. You know what I mean? There's a big difference. Yeah, okay. You know, and we don't need you to do that. We've got Payet, we've got Lanzini who can do that. We need you causing havoc up there. Hopefully he will, and hopefully he gets a brace. You know, hopefully he really launches himself now. You know, 2 or 3 games to get into it. Come on, Andy, we need you.
Well, we definitely need him now because Sakho's been ruled out for 8 weeks. So Andy Carroll, it's all eyes on you. Hopefully we'll see Martinez on the bench. He's been fighting it in for the under-23s. However, I believe he's been given Christmas off, so it does look maybe unlikely that he's going to be on the bench. Unless Bilic is planning a wee surprise and not including him in training, but still taking him to Wales with him. Certainly deserves it. Kriss, are you confident for this one then? We've given you the stats. We've talked about both teams. Are you confident heading into Boxing Day?
I'm not confident in as much as it's West Ham. We're going to play Swansea. They're on a bad run, and we're very good at chucking that sort of game away. If you ask me, do I expect in the end for West Ham to win? Yeah, I do. I do think that more than likely Swansea will make a mistake. We'll get a goal. They'll come again. We'll get another one, and we'll win by 2 goals, 2-1, 3-1. Yeah, so 2-0 or 3-1. I can see that happening. But I don't think it's going to be easy. I think West Ham is, you know what we're like. But it would be brilliant if actually we do get 10 points out of 4 games, and then we really will be away from that danger area.
Well, I've got a bigger question for you coming up in a minute, but we'll get Gonzo's thoughts in a sec. Swansea have only won 2 in their last 16 games in all competitions, and they've conceded a whopping 15 goals in their last 5 games. And in those 5 games, they had a clean sheet, so they've actually conceded 15 goals in 4. They've won their last 2 games at home. However, in one of the games, they still conceded 4. So they certainly have a leaky defence. Gonzo, are you confident?
No, I mean, much like Kriss, I don't think we'll necessarily lose it, but I'm not confident. I would be more confident if I'd have heard Bilic make the right noises after the Hull and the Burnley game. But after the Hull game and when the post saved us, Bilic was, and don't forget, they've got Snodgrass, Hull, who's their creative player. Well, Swansea got one in Sigurdsson. He's got, he can cause us some damage. So we don't want to be giving people those sort of opportunities near our goal. What I wanted to hear him say was he'd learned the lesson, but he started wheeling out some cliches like, oh, we're just not in the winning habit. And I just thought, you know what, Slav, it's not that at all. You need to get support up to the centre forward far too much. Our centre forward is defending. And it's like you pointed out, Geo, when we were watching the game, we had no out ball. So it's all very well Andy Carroll being up there to win a corner when the corner was against us to win the header. We had no out ball, no centre forward. I'll be confident if Bilic puts a system together where somebody can support Andy Carroll, where he's got someone who will be able to get on the end of his flicked headers. He needs to push Ayew up next to him or devise some sort of strategy where our centre forward is not isolated. Carroll can cause havoc against Swansea, particularly, as you said, Ashley Williams is out. He can cause havoc against Swansea if he is put in a position where he is actually near to their goal. We don't need these situations where we might be at a counter-attack and perhaps Antonio's counter-attacking with his pace and his power, and none of our players are in the box. Bilic needs to sort his tactics out so we've got players in the box and we actually attack Swansea. If we do that, I'm confident. If we see the Burnley and Hull tactics, anything can happen.
I'm worried. What worries me is Obiang being missing. He's been huge for us this season. The amount of attack, all you have to do is go look up the stats. The amount of interceptions he makes, the amount of attacks he breaks up, being in the right place. And Noble, if he puts Czech in there with Noble or Fernandez, who's quite young and inexperienced for the Premier League, Noble can be a headless chicken at times. Sometimes he can be gone. He's not where he's supposed to be. And when he is, he's very happy to chalk someone down and take a booking. If you give a free kick away against Swansea, you will get punished. Sigurdsson will punish you. Even if he can't shoot, he can deliver an absolute whopping ball. And Llorente is finding form, and most of his goals are coming from in the air by the looks of it. He looks like he's a decent player in there. They worry me. But I think we've got the better team on paper. But the problem is football's not played on paper. However, hopefully we can get some. I'll give him a prediction in a minute. But the big question, Kriss, would you take a point from the Liberty Stadium right now?
Well, rather than none, yeah. I think we do need to beat Swansea. I think that if we start that nonsense, to answer your question, the reason we got into the problem that we were in is because we didn't take our points against Watford. We got one against Midfield. there were teams around us that we didn't take the points against. Where was the one where our goalkeeper Adrian just? I mean, we were leading and then he just chucked it away.
Stoke.
Yeah, Stoke. Yeah, they were our problem. So, but you know what? No, I wouldn't. A point's not good to us against Swansea. We need 3 points against Swansea. We definitely need 3. Yeah, I'll take a point against Leicester because even though they're in bad form, they are the champions, but not against Swansea. No, we need 3 points against Swansea.
Gonzo, you're nodding your head. Do you agree with Kriss there?
Well, funny enough, you asked for a prediction. I will tell you the prediction now before we get to it. I think we will get a point because it ties in with your question. I think it will be 1-0. But absolutely what Kriss said, we need to beat Swansea because what he said was absolutely right. And you say about Leicester, well, they are champions and they dipped, but they're focused on the Champions League. The Champions League doesn't start up until February now. They look to be finding a little bit of form again. I know Jamie Vardy's out, but that fella Musa, he's all right. You know, remember him in the World Cup, whatever it was. He's a decent player. Can't think of the guy's name, but the tallest striker that they've got is Slimani.
Yeah,
Slimani. He looks good, so they could form a partnership. That's not going to be easy. And then we've got Man U, just as Jose Mourinho seems to have gotten together. Ibrahimovic looks like the best striker in the league at the moment. So, like what Kriss said about earmarking points off of games you're likely to get them. Yeah, Swansea's a big one because we might not get anything out of the next 2 and we can't keep on going like this. But, yeah, but would I take a point? No. Do I think we'll get one? Yes.
I was waiting for you to say after Man U. I know we've got the FA Cup game. After Man U, we've got Sam Allardyce's Crystal Palace coming to London as well. So that's going to be fun in games for us. I agree with you. I think we need to win. If you offer me, I've seen some people say, "Oh, if we could go on beating the next 2 games," well, I'd actually rather win one and lose one because you get the extra point for doing that. There's no shame in losing to Leicester. They've only lost 1 game at home all season, and that was to Arsenal. They tore Man City apart there. It's going to be a very difficult place to go. Swansea, they're down on their luck. They're at an all-time low in confidence. At least I know we weren't pretty against against Hull and Burnley, but we won. We won. It was simple as that. And we have to show the same nitty-gritty sort of performance at Swansea. Even if they hit the post 100 times and we score another penalty, I won't really care as long as we get the 3 points and we can worry about the flair later on. Replace fear with flair once you're a little bit safer. Kriss, you've given 2 score predictions. I'm going to put you on the spot now. You only get 1 on this show, I'm afraid. Pick 1 score prediction, please.
Okay, I think 3-1 West Ham. I think it's going to be a real dogged game for the first half hour. The pressure's going to be on Swansea. They will make a mistake. You've already said, Swansea, leaky defence. They will make a mistake. We will get the 1 goal. They'll come out again. We will get the 2 goals. We will make a mistake. It will be 2-1. They'll think they can get back at us. They'll go for that extra draw because they need that extra point. And boom, big Carroll, bam, smashes it in the back of the net. He's got his brace. Way Andy! Come on, you Irons.
Well, it's 3-1 from Kriss. It's 1-1 from Gonzo. I'm going 2-1. I'm going for a win as well. I'm going in the middle of the 2. But before we wrap up, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you very much for watching us this last year or something. The channel's going a little bit and it's been fantastic. We appreciate everyone watching, your comments, etc. Make sure you comment on this video. We've had Kriss on. If you've not seen Kriss before, you weren't watching us last year when we were smaller, let us know what you think. You usually love him anyway. But Kriss, thank you very much for coming on. Any final words before we say au revoir to our viewers?
Yeah, just, you know what, 2016 was phenomenal. We had a great 2016. And more of the same. I'm looking forward to 2017. Don't really worry. West Ham's not going anywhere, and we're not going down. Look for us to be 8th to 12th by the end of the season, and keep on supporting the Hammers. Come on.
Right, it's Merry Christmas from me. It's Gonzo's Merry Christmas from you.
It certainly is. Again, everything you said. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for sticking with us. We do appreciate every view. The channel's growing. The website's growing. Thanks to Kriss for joining us. Have a smashing Christmas. We'll see you before New Year, so I wish you Happy New Year there. They've got to say something sensible, haven't you? Like, they don't drink and steal a mobility scooter or so. Have a safe and pleasant Christmas to everybody, and just, thanks, and let's hope that West Ham push on and
Sorry, Gonzo, and also, both of you guys, tell our fans, get off the back of our board. Just get off the back of those guys. They're doing their best. And you know what? You just mentioned Cardiff. They changed their fella. Look what happens. Get off the back. Let's stick together. We are a West Ham family, and they're part of the family.
Well, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll be back Boxing Day live review straight after the game, no matter what the result. Hopefully, we'll be celebrating 3 points. Only one way to find out. Join us.